So I've just done a video where I was talking about my 1 year beard growth on testosterone, and it just sort of made me think and realise things that haven't changed yet, which sort of surprised me in a way. Even though I know the gel form of testosterone, things tend to happen more slowly than the injections. The obvious things that have changed is that I've got more facial hair than what I did before, my voice has changed, and I've got more like body hair and stuff like that, but I don't think really anything else has changed at all. Like, as you can see, there's no appearance of any kind of Adam's apple in any way. I haven't got one basically, it's not there. It doesn't exist. I think my face and jaw shape has changed in any way. It's still rounded here and then down here where my chin is, it's not changed in any way. Overall, I just think my face shape looks still typically female. I know these things can take a long time, but it's like I thought I would have noticed something change in my face shape by this point. And it's like my current body shape that hasn't really too much changed at all. I've never had to worry about my legs being really skinny because I've always had bigger muscle. Like, my feet dysphoria is still a thing that still happens, but I'm a 7.5 men's, so it's not necessarily that my feet are small. It's just I think that my feet should be at least a size 9 when they're a 7.5. I wouldn't want to be like a size 10 and above, because I've known people with size 10 and above feet, and I know how difficult it is for them to get shoes. So it's not like I would want to be massive in feet size. My feet are still thin, skinny looking feet. That's not changed shape in any way, and I don't even know if feet would change shape. And I don't want to sound too negative at all. Eventually these things might change, and hopefully they do, because I don't want to be like still the same body shape, or I know I still will have the same body. It's just I want it to change and need it to change. Hopefully when I have top surgery I can just be more body confident, and then what I'm thinking about these changes not happening or happened yet after top surgery, which is going to be a few more months away yet. I've got that time for my body to change, and then however much it changes or doesn't change, at least I've had top surgery, so me thinking about these little things that haven't changed, I can just not think about it as much, or at least hopefully that's what I'm thinking with having top surgery. The two things for me that are the biggest thing is obviously my Adam's apple and then my beard. And then the third to that would ultimately be my body shape and like fat distribution and having like bigger shoulders, like typically what cis men have. I know that this will just happen in time and it will get there, I know, and I just have to be patient and just keep waiting. But it's just this waiting and just being patient, really, because I feel like my whole life has just been one constant waiting game for this. I just wonder where I would have been at this point in my life if I had this significantly sooner, which is what I should have had and needed to have sooner rather than later, even though I'm glad and grateful that I've got it at 23 or 24. So I don't know what I would have done or what would have happened if I had to wait even longer, or had to have started the waiting game now, because I would have been like at least 30 if I've only just got referred to a gender specialist, because I waited 5 years, or roughly that amount of time to get to start actually medically transitioning and going to my appointment. At least I can fill the time for waiting for these changes to happen with looking at all the different information for top surgery and things that I can do before and after to recover, and just to make the surgery itself go quicker and easy and to have no complications at all. And I can work out how to start testosterone injections rather than keep going on the gel, as I've presumably said a million times before, because that's how it feels like to me. The gel just isn't right for me anymore. I get why they do it, and I get why they start people on gel first, because it's not as harsh on the body as injections, and then when you get on injections after a certain period of time, the body gets used to it. Hopefully that could be what happens in the future, that I get the injections every month or every 3 weeks and then go to every 12 weeks after a certain point in time. It just has been like I've been given all the information about testosterone gel and testosterone injections. I've looked at it online and on the internet, but it's like I'm disappointed because the changes haven't happened straight away. You still have the face shape that I have when I feel like it should look something like this, and like my nose shape, that is completely and utterly stayed the same, and I thought that would change slightly to looking typically more male, And I don't know if it does typically male or if it ever has done, but I just don't think it does. And I get that gender dysphoria is like body dysmorphia. I get that, and I don't think it is something that will ever go away. I will still find little things that are gender dysphoric and seem typically female, even though other people might not see it that way. I get that, I understand that, but it's just the waiting game, just having to wait for so long to start medically transitioning to then start doing it, but then have to just like wait even more. I think it's just impatience and not wanting to have to wait anymore, basically, if that makes any kind of sense. So I don't think it's necessarily the end of the day that the changes haven't happened straight away or within the first year. And to me, it's like, if everything happened within the first year, what else is there to wait for and like hope for? Realistically, I had the face shape I wanted, the body shape I wanted within the first year. What's there to look forward to, basically, after the year? I'm excited to see what happens in the next year, and then the year after that, and then the year after that as well. Because even for cisgender men, it doesn't happen overnight, it doesn't happen straight away. Like, some people can't grow a full beard ever in their life. Some people it takes a few years, some people it could take 10 years or 15, whatever. And I just have to remind myself of that, basically. I'll get there, I'll get through it. I know I will, because I'm not one of those people that would just start and then quit. And there is no way in high hell that I will ever stop medically transitioning. It's literally the only thing I've ever wanted in life, and I just know that it will make me so much better and happier, and just my life has just changed so much as it is, that it's just going to keep changing even more for the positive rather than the negative